Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, coming to you live as I head to Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. For those that know me well, know that this is what I love. This is what is so exciting, to be able to plan an event, to bring 10 of the top-notch agents from Texas and Michigan to the Hill. And those that have been with me before, I know you have a little giggle in your heart, knowing that the folks that have never been before are going to experience something they've never experienced. Meetings every 30 minutes. By the end of the day, you're exhausted, only to remember that you have to start all over the next day and do it again. So I will be in Washington Monday through Thursday night. So if you're looking for me, I'll try to answer as many emails as I can at night. But remember that we have Daryl Chenevere here at the office that can be reached by HAFA at HAFAamerica.org. Lisa Bordelon, which is Lisa at HAFamerica.org. And then we have a new part-time gentleman helping us, Mike LaRose. So he will be on staff also to be able to help us get through these few days that I will not be in the office. We're going to be in Texas and Michigan's senatorial and congressional offices. I can't tell you how excited that I am. We're going to be visiting with Dean Mose from CMS and having a meeting with the new Secretary of CSIO, Peter Nelson. I am so excited to have some of our members meet him. And you know, I say over and over how much I love him, how much I think he's going to change things in our industry. And the more people that can meet him, the better. Remember to save the date for June 25th. For the CMS face-to-face. The registration should be out in the next week or so. It will be in Washington, D.C. at the Hubert Humphrey facility. Do not plan on flying out that night. Plan on flying out the morning of the 26th, as we always host a dinner and dinner, drinks, mix and mingle on that Wednesday night with CMS and with agents and brokers. As always, HAFA never, ever says this is just a HAFA event. I don't believe in that. I will never believe in that. So everyone is absolutely invited. Realize that the dinner is on your own dime. HAFA is not rich, nor are we going to pay for everybody's dinner. And if you're thinking about treating a CMS employee, they cannot accept dinner or drinks. So do not make them feel uncomfortable by offering. They do have to pay for their own. So just to give you a little bit of heads up. We'd like to get your name. So if you do not mind, RSVP to Lisa at HAFamerica.org. So we kind of get a head count because we're trying to make reservations for those that are going to be attending. So if you know some folks are going to be there, just give us, you don't have to give us everybody's name, but just say, hey, I'm Rynell, I'm bringing 6 folks, whatever. Just give us some type of heads up. Remember that the Agent Summit is in August 14th and 15th. You do not want to miss. Go ahead and book your room. The block, I cannot believe the block's not gone yet. We are going to have to cut off registrations because we're almost 3/4 of the way to our limit in that ballroom. We have the biggest ballroom that the Hotel Monteleon has. So we're either going to have to do, I'm not sure what, change the way that we're set up, eat in another facility. I'm not really sure. But go ahead and register. I'm not going to cut off registrations until the absolute last minute. A lot of things going on. Final rules will be out by that CMS face-to-face. We'll get some updates. They'll probably be out before that, but they will give us a deep dive. You'll be able to ask questions. There's so many people that said, is it worth going? Absolutely. Should I go? Yes. Am I going to be able to say what's on my heart? For sure. There's always a microphone that's available, and you go up and you stand in that queue and you say what you need to say. I encourage you to. The last time they had a face-to-face 2 years ago, we asked HAFA members to come to the stage and take a picture. And I'm going to say half the attendees were HAFA members, which, warmed my heart. You know how it is. Something that's happened that's very exciting that I want to share with you. One of my goals that I've said for 2025 is that I wanted to get in front of the House Ways and Means Committee. They are always doing good things. They're always having, things come out of that committee that you're watching that has to do with healthcare, that I said they need to see and meet an agent. They need to meet a HAFA agent. And I've been in communication with them for several years. And recently they asked for an agent. So I gave them 3 names. They wanted 3 names. Our 3 names are being interviewed. And, they're going to present one of them to the chairman. And just if you can send them some good thoughts, some prayers, that HAFA actually finally has a person where we need a person to tell what needs to be told about what's happening in fraud and abuse in CMS, what has happened, what we need to stop before we go forward. And then finally, for those that are licensed in Louisiana, I talked a little bit last week about some of the shenanigans happening in state government. They happen in every state government, but Louisiana being first and foremost, me being there for this committee meeting in which the governor supported 2 bills that are his bills about giving a commissioner of insurance full power to set rates. I mean, it was bizarre. There is an article that you can read that I was the only association that actually went to the table to testify against it. And I'll be honest, when I got there, I was just going to put cards of, that I was not in support of that bill, because we don't know who's going to come down the line. And we're not talking about Commissioner Temple in Louisiana. We're talking about, who's the commissioner next year. You just don't give any person that much power. And every year there's been bills that have come up, and every year we have testified against the power, and every year they've been killed in committee, except for this committee. And the fact that the governor came personally and said, you either vote for my bill or else I'm going to continue to bring you back. So the House, Republicans and Democrats both voted to support the governor. You will read in this article that I testified against the bill, against the power. So I wanted to make sure if you, or it doesn't matter, if you just want to comment and send an email, the HB 576, which is Representative Robbie Carter, that gives the commissioner power to set rates. I'm going to ask that you send an email to the House, your House representative, it's coming to the floor. We thought we were going to keep it off the floor, but it's coming to the floor. You need to send an email. And then HB 248, same genre, same stuff. Representative Wilder from Livingston Parish, good friend, same thing. He was asked to carry the governor's bill. He did. It got out of committee. It needs to be stopped. And then we're going to switch gears for a minute. I know that a lot of you have gotten information on both sides of SB 16 by Senator McMath. What this bill does, it says any employer group under 50 does not have the right to choose a self-funded plan should they choose. HAFA is always about competition, but I'm not going to tell you what you should think about this bill. What I'm going to tell you is some of the facts. You're hearing different facts from each side. One side is saying continue to have competition. Employers deserve the right to choose what's best for them. You're going to hear from the other side that's going to say the more self-funded plans that we have, it messes up the pool for a small group. I'm not sure why you can't be competitive. I'm not sure why we can't continue to offer, self-insured plans to everyone that would like them, but absolutely you need to decide. But I think that you need, as agents licensed in Louisiana, need to get involved. And I'll give you the last little tidbit that totally blew my mind. I was told by one of the associations, asked how HAFA felt, and as always, I believe in competition. I believe everybody in America deserves choice. They're smart enough to choose what's right for them individually or on a group level. And they said, well, someone in the Department of Insurance, I'm not going to mention any names, somebody in the Department of Insurance said that they were going to remain neutral, but if the bill passed, that they'd be happy. And I absolutely didn't understand, since the Department of Insurance is supposed to be consumer driven and is supposed to lean on the side of a consumer. So I confronted this person who said, absolutely, I would be happy if this passed. This passed because it takes the power away from state government and gives more power to the feds because it's a self-funded plan, which totally blew my mind. And I said, well, what about the fact that they deserve choice? And he said, well, they can choose a fully insured plan. And I said, when does the Department of Insurance decide, yes, you have choice, but you choose what I tell you to choose? So I can say that Wednesday I was flabbergasted by several things that I heard and learned by different entities. So I'm going a little over than my 10 minutes. I apologize, but there's links for you to participate, to tell your truth, to reach out to folks, and I'm going to ask that you do that. It's very important that you get involved, that folks don't tell me, Ronell, nobody even reached out. So why do we care if you don't care? I care, and you should care. So I'm at the 12-minute mark, way over what I wanted to talk, but I guess I'm so fired about going to DC, I can't shut my mouth. But anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Watch social media. We'll be updating you as we hit every office, as we meet with Democrat, Republicans, everybody that affects health insurance agents. Have a wonderful day. I love you all. I'll talk to you next Monday.